This conference will now be recorded.
So let me start the today's session. Yesterday we discussed some of the fundamentals. Who is the father of Python? Whether Java first, Python first. Who is the father of Python? Guido van Rossum is the person who developed this programming, excellent programming language. And the official date of birth for Python is the 20th February 1991. Java was developed by James Gosling and the team, and the first version of the Java, it was released into the market in the year 1995. Undoubtedly, we can say for the next 10 to 15 years, Python is going to rock the world. Sir, why the name selected like Python? At the time of developing this programming language by Guido van Rossum, actually he's a big fan of one fun-filled program, Monty Python's Flying Circus, telecasted in British Broadcasting Channel in 1980s. So from that he captured a word called Python and he named his programming language as a Python. And yesterday we started discussing what are the various features of Python. What are the various features of the Python? It is very simple and easy to learn. It is very simple and easy to learn. Practically, I have proved that really learning Python is simple and easy to learn or not practically. Already I proved this point yesterday. What is the platform independent also we covered. So with one example called a vehicle example, am I correct or not? So these are two features we covered in the last session. Now we are going to discuss what is a portability. What is portable? Sir, in our olden days, almost 10 years back, in the telecommunication field, usually users have faced one problem. Do you know what is the problem? Assume my mobile number is 70130 is my mobile number. Those days, 10 years back, assume I am using Airtel, service provider is Airtel. Suppose in my area, if the signals are not that much strong, I am facing call dropout also. Then 10 years back, if I want to change the service provider from Airtel to Idea, your number is also going to be changed. It is the biggest problem because already I shared this number to thousands of students. When the service provider is changed, those days we are supposed to change our mobile number also. You have to get a new mobile number. You can't continue the same mobile if service provider if you want to change. But later into the telecommunication field, one feature, beautiful feature was came into the market, MNP, mobile number portability. What is mobile number portability? You are not required to change your mobile number even though if your service provider has been changed. In the same way, it is not my mobile number, it is a Python program. It is my Python program. Assume I am executing this Python program in my computer. My CPU is a Core i3 processor. Core i3 processor. Tomorrow, if I upgrade Core i3 to Core i5 processor, am I required to make any changes to my Python program? Not required. Happily, your Python program will work without any doubt. So irrespective of the CPU architecture, the way irrespective of the service provider, The way how we can use the same mobile number irrespective of the CPU architecture, same Python program will work on any platform or in any computer irrespective of the CPU architecture. This is something called portability. This is something called portability. Now, what is a freeware? Sir, what is a freeware? Now, if you want to install the Python software in your computer, if you want to install Python software into your computer, there is one official website is there, www.python.org. www.python.org is the official site to download your Python software. To download your software, you are not required to pay even a single rupee to the organization, because Python is maintained by PSF, stands for Python Software Foundation. Python Software Foundation. These people are not going to collect even 1 rupee to provide the support for any project developed in Python. Python యూస్ చేసి ఎంత పెద్ద కాంప్లెక్స్ అప్లికేషన్ అయినా, ఎంత పెద్ద బిజినెస్ అప్లికేషన్ ను డెవలప్ చేసినా, these people are not going to collect even 1 rupee from the people. So it is a service oriented organization like. But voluntarily, if you ready to contribute some amount, they can accept, but they never forcefully ask you, please pay some amount, like they are never going to ask anyone. Happily you can download Python software into your computer without paying even a single rupee to anyone from this website called www.python.org. Now let me show you the site www.python.org. www.python.org. Now this is the official website from where you can download your Python software. Most of the people are feeling that, sir, I am very weak in installing the software. I know how to write a coding part, but I am afraid of downloading any software. Don't worry, it is a very simple process to install the Python software. I will show you. Click on download button. Click on download button. Observe that. Click on download button. After that, 1 minute. After that, you are having Python 3.10.0. Python 3.10.0 version, a button. This is a software designed for Windows operating system. For Mac OS, you will have a different version. For any other platform like Unix or Linux or something else, you have a different software. So Python software, if you want to install, first you have to decide whether your computer is having which operating system, Windows, Linux, Mac operating system, other than these operating system. What is the latest version of the Python? 3.10.0 is the latest version. So have a look once. Note, Python 3.9 after 3.9 version can't be used on Windows 7 or earlier. So whenever, if you want to install the latest version, what is the latest version? Sir, 3.10.0 is the latest, but after 3.9 any other version is there, you can't use them if your operating system is Windows 7. Sir, I'm having only Windows 7, sir, what should I do? Here there is one option called view full list of downloads. Suppose your computer is having Windows 10 operating system. Nowadays Almost every computer is running on Windows 10 only. On Windows 10, happily you can install this software 3.9, and later any version you can download happily. Otherwise, you have to select this option. Now you have to click on this button, download Python 3.10.0. Now observe that, so the downloading process has been started in the form of .exe file. Once 27 MB file was installed in your computer, downloaded to your computer, I will show you how it looks like. Show in folder. Show in folder. Now have a look once. Python 3.10.0 .exe file. So it is something called .exe file. It is something called .exe file. Just double click on that file. Double click. Just you can double click. Then automatically one window will come. One window will come. You have to select add Python 3.10 to path. Don't forget to enable this checkbox. Don't forget to enable this checkbox. Just enable this checkbox. Now you have to click immediately. So install now button. Install now button. Now installation process will be started. Do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? Already in my computer I have installed Python, but it is a older version, no problem at all. So I can run my program with that version only. If you want to install, click on yes button, click on next, 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 next. That's it. Python software will be installed automatically. Once again I am repeating. Once again I am repeating. If you want to install Python software, from www.python.org, you can download your Python software without any paying even single rupee also. Click on the button called download. There is one option called download Python. First you need to check whether your system is equipped with Windows operating system, Linux or Unix, Mac operating system, any other operating system. From operating system to operating system, Python software is different. Assume my computer is working on Windows 10 operating system. Just click on this button. You are going to get one Python software in the form of a .exe file, executable file. Double click on this file. Don't forget to click the checkbox, add path to system folder. One message will come. Then click on install now. Next, next, next. Within 5 minutes, Python software will be installed to your computer. Sir, how should I know whether a Python is installed successfully or not? First, let me uninstall the Python. I will show you practically. Add or remove. So na computer lonchi first Python uninstall chestunanu. Already Python undi. Let me uninstall the Python software. So I have Python 3.9.7 older version. I want to uninstall this. Uninstall. To show you practically how to install Python, I am just uninstalling Python software in my computer. Please wait until uninstallation process is going to be completed. If you don't want, you can leave the session. CP031. If you don't want, you can leave. So the session contains students don't have any knowledge how to install the Python software also. So for those people, I'm just demonstrating. If you people are not interested to listen this how to do installation, please quit from the session. So uninstallation was successful. Uninstallation was successful. Now if you want to install, www.python.org. Already we downloaded Python software. Downloads Python 3.10.0. Click on that. Select the option add Python 3.10 to path. Install now. Click on yes button. Now it is initializing. This is the process to install Python software. So I will show you whether Python is installed properly or not. How to check that also I will show you. In the meanwhile, have a look once, open the command prompt, type the command called py command. Already I installed Python software from my computer. Can't find default Python. Means what? Means what? Python is not installed properly. Python is not installed. It is under process actually. So when the process is going on, observe that it based on your internet connection to download and your configuration of your system. Maximum it will take 1 or 2 minutes of time. So in the meanwhile, sir, it is a freeware, means you are not required to pay even single rupee to install the Python software. Now coming to the next feature of the Python, what is open source? What is mean by open source? What is mean by open source? Means if you are not feeling comfortable with the Python software or Python features, assume I want to use the Python in the pharmaceutical field. I want to use Python in the pharmaceutical field, but whatever Python programming language was implemented by Kudo van Rossum, you are not feeling comfortable. Then you can customize the Python to meet your requirement and you can release a new flavor of the Python. So the source code how Python is implemented is open to everyone. Kudo van Rossum, how he implemented the Python programming language is open to everyone. So you can customize the Python. You can customize the Python and you can release the n number of flavors of the Python itself. So ఎవరికైనా Python programming language మీ రిక్వైర్మెంట్ తగ్గట్టు లేదని అనిపిస్తే మనం Python ని కస్టమైజ్ చేసి మన ఓన్ ఫ్లేవర్, మన ఓన్ వర్షన్ ఆఫ్ Python ని మనం ఇంప్లిమెంట్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. So because the code how Python is implemented, it is open to all. So there is some flavors of Python, something called Jython, Iron Python, Ruby Python, PyPy, C Python. So these are all various flavors of the Python. It is possible whenever the programming language source code is open to anyone to customize the Python to meet their requirements. Assume you purchased one house from a builder. whatever the facilities that are given at the time of purchasing the house, you didn't like that. Generally a buyer, what they can do? Generally a buyer, what they can do? So simply they can customize the house to bring whatever the things they require. So to bring that functionality or to make it more colorful, we can customize the house to meet our requirement. Builder ichina color nachaledu, builder ichina inkoka item nachaledu, you can customize that. In the same way, Python programming language, to meet your requirement, you can customize the Python, you can create a new version of the Python. So Jython is one flavor, Iron Python is one flavor, Ruby Python is one flavor, PyPy, C Python. When we are installing Python software in our computer, which flavor we are installing, you know, that is called as C Python. So మనం అఫీషియల్ వెబ్సైట్ python.org నుంచి ఇన్స్టాల్ చేసినప్పుడు ఏ ఫ్లేవర్ ఇన్స్టాల్ అవుతుందంటే దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ సి పైథాన్. దట్ ఫ్లేవర్ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ సి పైథాన్. ఆల్రెడీ successfully Python was installed. Now let us check whether Python is successfully installed or not. Once again, have a look once. Earlier I got can't find a default Python, but now I got a Python shell environment. Now I got what? Python shell environment I got. Clear? Now what is the next feature? Sir, Python is interpreted language. Python is the interpreted language. I think we are not ready to discuss this interpreted language. On day one, I have given some clarity about difference between compiler and interpreter. Difference between compiler and interpreter, that clarity already we have given. So Python internally uses interpreter to convert source code into mission understandable code. Source code into some mission understandable code. That is the reason Python is interpreted language. Next one, Python is a dynamically typed programming language. Python is dynamically typed programming language. When someone will ask me to give any 5-star rating for any feature among the 11 features what we are having, so definitely I can give 5-star rating for this feature, which is nothing but a dynamically typed programming language. So what is the mean by dynamically typed programming language? So for example, let me open one C program. Usually we will start with header files, stdio.h. Main will be the entry point of the program. Return 0, int x equals to 25. Usually we will write or we will create one variable like this. Now those who are having some knowledge, can you please text me, is it possible to create a variable without data type creation? Is it possible to declare a variable without data type? Is it possible? Can I remove like this? Is it possible? Without a data type declaration, is it possible to declare a variable? Suppose if you do like this, can you please check that? What is happening? Immediately you are getting one error. X is undeclared. Can you please confirm what is the data type of this variable? What is the data type of this variable? What is the data type of this variable? So our C language, C++, Java, these languages are called as statically typed programming language. These are called as statically typed programming language. What is mean by statically typed? When you want to store some data inside these variables, strictly you have to announce whether it is int type, whether it is a float type, whether it is a char type, whether it is a double type. So this data type creation is compulsory, declaration is compulsory when you want to create a variable. But coming to the Python, in Python, you are not required to declare a variable along with the data type. Suppose x equals to 25. X equals to 25. Now tell me, simply I am creating one variable. I didn't mention any data type also. I didn't mention any data type also. Now observe that whether it is allowing me to create a variable like this or not. Now, what is the thing that will happen internally? Based on the value you provided, this variable data type will be decided by the Python interpreter. Python interpreter will decide the type of the variable automatically based on the value you assigned. Now let me show you what is the type of x. What is the type of x? What is the type of x? Int type. Any number without a decimal part, even in our mathematics also, we will treat like an integer. AVG equals to 89.99. Now am I declaring any variable with the data type here? I am not declaring, I am not mentioning the data type, but still it is accepting. I want to know this variable is treated as which data type? Float data type. Float data type. Sir, faculty equals to Pawan. Faculty equals to Pawan. Type of faculty, anything included within the double quotes is treated as a string. Now have a look once, it is treated as a string or not. Now tell me, what is a dynamically typed programming language? Any programming language, in any programming language, while creating a variable, if you are not required to specify the data type, such a type of programming languages or such a type of programming language is called dynamically typed programming language. So we are not required to specify the data type of a variable. At a runtime, Python takes a decision depends on the data. Now let me ask you one question. Am I audible to everyone? Your answer must be yes or no. Am I audible to everyone? So CP045, it is a problem from your side, not from my side. This is a problem from your side. Please log out. Just log out and log in. Maybe your problem will be resolved. Right? So again you are typing the same message. No problem from my side. I am audible to everyone. Please log out and log in once. If the problem is from my end, I can do anything. If the problem is not from my end, what should I do? Better you can log out and log in once. Then automatically your problem will be resolved. The next one. So procedure orientation and object orientation. Python is both procedure orientation and Python is object orientation. Sir, what is mean by procedure orientation and what is mean by object orientation? What is mean by procedure orientation and what is mean by object orientation? So observe that our C language is a C language. C language is a procedure oriented language. Procedure oriented language. Whereas C++ is a object oriented programming language. Object oriented programming language. When someone will ask you which feature you are missing in C, sir, which feature you are missing in C, when somebody will ask you, in C we are missing object oriented features. We are missing object oriented feature. When somebody will ask you which feature you are missing in Java, especially in Java, Java is also object oriented programming language. Java is also object oriented programming language. When somebody will ask you what you are missing in Java we are missing procedure orientation. C is the procedure oriented language. We can't find object oriented features in C. That is the drawback. Java is purely object oriented, where you can't find procedure orientation. Sir, what is the procedure orientation? In C, your program consisting of functions. Am I correct or not? Main function, if required withdraw function, display function, every code we will write inside the function only. That function, you may call it as a module or you may call it as a procedure also. C language lo some group of instructions rayalante we can write them inside a function. The function we may call it as a procedure or we may call it as a module, but you can't find object oriented features in C language. That is the problem with C. But whereas in Java, just by creating a function, can I complete the Java program? Sorry, you can't do like that. Java is a purely object. So what is missing? Procedure orientation is missing. Then the father of this Python programming language, Guido van Rossum, thought my programming language should contain both the feature. That is the reason at the time of developing this programming language, he implemented procedure oriented features and object oriented features in Python. So you are going to enjoy both the features like procedure orientation and object orientation. You know, most of the Python syntax is derived from C language, and there is one popular language is called ABC language. Most of the Python syntax is derived from C language and ABC language. So what is the procedure orientation? Like somebody is asking, assume it is our C language program. Otherwise, let me open some C programming, any C program. Let me open. So have a look once. It is our C program. It is our C program. Assume you want to develop a banking application in C language. You want to develop a banking application in C language. You know, so many transactions we do in banking. It may be a withdraw operation, new account, fund transfer, balance inquiry, deposit, loan payment, fixed deposit, taking the DD, like that. Several transactions we can do in a bank application. Now, suppose to do all these operations, assume I have written 25,000 lines of code in C language. Assume. As you know, if you are aware of C programming language, every C program execution starts with the main function. If I write a total 25,000 lines of code inside the main, when something went wrong, it is impossible or very difficult to do debug the program. Bank lo jarige prati transaction ki nenu code raste 25,000 lines of code ochindi. ఈ 25,000 లైన్స్ ఆఫ్ కోడ్ ని నేను టోటల్ గా మెయిన్ ఫంక్షన్ లో రాసేస్తే ఏదైనా ఒక చిన్న ప్రాబ్లం వచ్చినప్పుడు ఈ ప్రాబ్లం ఎక్కడ వచ్చిందో ఐడెంటిఫై చేయడాన్ని డీబగ్గింగ్ అంటారు. అసలు బగ్ ఎక్కడ ఉందో ఐడెంటిఫై చేయాలన్నా కూడా చాలా డిఫికల్ట్ ప్రాసెస్, చాలా టైం టేకెన్ ప్రాసెస్ అవుతుంది. దెన్ వాట్ వి విల్ డూ, all withdraw logic we can write inside one function called withdraw. Then after all the logic related to deposit operation I can write inside another function called deposit. Sir, all the logic related to balance inquiry, for that I can create one function. And finally every program compulsory contains one function called main function. Now tell me, every job we can do with one function. Withdraw one function, deposit one function, balance inquiry one function, main is one function. So in C, function we can call it as a procedure. Function we can call it as a procedure. For every job we can create one procedure. We can create one procedure. So this is what we can call it as a procedure orientation. Procedure orientation. Is the point was clear? So C language is a purely procedure orientation where you can't find object oriented feature. That means you can't find class concept, object concept, you can't find in the C language. Sir, class and object concept you may find in the Java, because Java is a object oriented. But with these functions only can I write a Java program? జావాలో క్లాసు ఆబ్జెక్ట్ అనే కాన్సెప్ట్ లేకుండా ఓన్లీ విత్ ఫంక్షన్స్ నేను జావా ప్రోగ్రామ్ ని కంప్లీట్ చేయగలనా అంటే నాట్ పాసిబుల్. నాట్ పాసిబుల్. వెన్ వి వాంట్ సంథింగ్ యు ఆర్ సపోజ్ టు లూజ్ సంథింగ్. బట్ పైథాన్ హ్యాస్ గివెన్ వన్ బ్యూటిఫుల్ ఆప్షన్ ఫర్ అస్. Gudo van Rossum has implemented Python in such a way that he implemented procedure oriented features and object oriented features and scripting features and modular programming features also. I can say Python is all-rounder. Python is all-rounder. I can say Python is all-rounder because Python not only procedure orientation, Python will be having even scripting features also. Python is having modular programming also. Modular programming style also Python is having. So at the time of developing the Python, Gudo van Rossum introduced all these features and made Python as a all-rounder. Is the point was clear? Now what is the next point? Sir, what is the next point? Python is extensible. Python is extensible and Python is embedded. Assume we got a project from one company. Our software company decided to develop this project in the Java. Almost we took 2 years to develop this project. 50,000 lines of code is already implemented, but somewhere we were stuck. So oka project ochindi company ki, we decided to develop the project in Java. 50,000 lines, after writing 50,000 lines of code, we were stuck somewhere. So someone suggested me, if you develop the project in Python, it becomes very easy for you to complete your project. Now what is my problem? Already I took 2 years to code 50,000 lines of code. Now is it possible, or am I required to implement the same project from the scratch onwards? Suppose if I start developing the Python, again I have to code for the same project from scratch onwards. So maybe it may take another 1 year. One minute. So anyone CP019, you are making several complaints. Voice is not clear, whether you observed or not. No one is giving the same complaint. You have to understand that it is the mobile data connection problem from your end. Suppose if there is a problem from my end, everybody usually they will respond immediately, sir, there is a voice problem, your voice is not clear. Like, I am getting the message continuously only from you, but you are keep on sending me the same message, keep on sending me the same message. What is the use? No use at all. If you are having any issue, what should I do? I can't do anything. Try to understand the point. No problem from my end. There is a no problem from my end. Please cross check that whether you are having a proper mobile data connection or not. Now tell me, so what is the example we are discussing? What is the problem here? Already we started developing the project in the Java. Almost we wrote 50,000 lines of code, but somewhere we stuck. If I start developing the same project in Python, it may take another 1 year. Already 2 years we took to write 50,000 lines of code. Now our time get wasted, and a lot of efforts what we put in writing 50,000 lines of code in Java is also get wasted. సో ఆల్రెడీ ప్రాజెక్ట్ మనం 2 ఏళ్ళు కష్టపడి జావాలో 50,000 లైన్లు కోడ్ రాసిన తర్వాత ఎక్కడో స్టక్ అయిపోయామని పైథాన్ సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకుంటే మళ్ళీ స్క్రాచ్ ఆన్ వర్డ్స్ నుంచి 1 ఇయర్ కష్టపడి 50,000 లైన్స్ ఆఫ్ కోడ్ లేకపోతే 10,000 లైన్స్ ఆఫ్ కోడ్ రాయాలంటే కొంత టైం వేస్ట్ అవుతుంది, మనీ వేస్ట్ అవుతుంది, మన ఎఫర్ట్స్ వేస్ట్ అవుతాయి. దెన్ పైథాన్ పీపుల్ ఆర్ సేయింగ్ దట్ డోంట్ వరీ, our Python platform will support to run whatever the code you have written in the Java or in some other programming language also. On Python platform, happily you can run your Java code also, we will support you, which is nothing but extensible feature. Now in the same way we can write any code, we can whatever the code written using Python, we can run this in other platforms also. The code written in Python, we can run this Python code in other platforms also. It is something called embedded. Now coming to the last feature, use library support. Assume, sir, tomorrow your best friend birthday, you want to wish him exactly by 12 o'clock at any cost. Exactly midnight 12 o'clock you want to wish him, but you are feeling bit drowsy, maybe any reason you are feeling bit drowsy, you can't wake up exactly by 12 o'clock, but at any cost I want to wish him. Then what should I do? Suppose if I start coding in the Java, by 12 o'clock I want to do some automation work. My web browser should be open, my web WhatsApp should be open to the specified number. By 12 o'clock automatically I want to send one message, sir, this work should be done automatically. Assume if I want to do this in Java, it may take even 1 or 2 days to do this operation. How to do this in Java? You have to struggle a lot, minimum 1 or 2 days. But when coming to the Python, with a single line, you may not believe, at the time of discussing modules concept, I will demonstrate the same example. At the time of discussing modules concept, I will demonstrate the same example. So with a single line of statement, happily you can do that automation work. By 12 o'clock your Google Chrome browser will be open, your WhatsApp will be, web WhatsApp should be in active state, then automatically to the specified number by the specified time it is going to send one message automatically. So it is possible because Python supports a huge library. Python is having huge library. For every job one predefined module is there, one predefined module or predefined function is there. Python లో మీరు ఏం జాబ్ చేయాలన్నా ప్రతిదానికి ఒక మాడ్యూల్ ఉంటుంది, ప్రతిదానికి ఒక ఫంక్షన్ ఉంటుంది. Suppose you have some image is there, suppose you have some image, sir, in that image I liked the text what they wrote, I liked the text what you wrote, so I was so impressed. I don't want this image, I want only this text, sir, is it possible to extract the text from image? Definitely. Even for this also in the library we have a module we have some corresponding function is there. Using that module and function, you can do that job. Everything you can do, everything you can do. And last but not least, Python is general purpose high level programming language. High level programming language. Sir, what is high level? Already we discussed just 2 sessions back. What is high level? What is the mean by general purpose? What is the mean by general purpose? You know, using Python, we can develop artificial intelligence application. We can implement a machine learning application. Happily, we can develop web applications, and we can design games also, robotics application, IoT application, network application, etc., etc. In any field, Python is suitable, because with Python, with concise code, with very few lines of code, we can implement even a complex task also. Now tell me, anyone, is a Python is specifically designed for to meet only one domain? It will fit for every domain. Is specifically designed for one domain purpose? So it is designed for all domains. So not for one, it is for every domain. So that is the reason general purpose high level programming language, right?